Media coverage of Qatar's World Cup has been outright hypocritical. Instead of showing the opening ceremony, the BBC berated Qatar's human rights records, which is the first time they've ever done anything like this. And in the weeks leading up to the contest, other European media had been making clear digs at Qatar's Muslim identity. So, where's the hypocrisy? Western media had never gone this far before against a World Cup host, whether it was Russia in 2018, despite what they were doing in Ukraine and Chechnya at the time, or the US in 1994, despite their multiple crimes against humanity. Even the China Olympics this year had an uninterrupted broadcast for its opening ceremony, as did the UK 2012 and Australia 2000 Olympics, and all these countries are known for deplorable human rights at home or abroad. At most, issues were being highlighted, but national teams of athletes weren't being used to create a clash of civilizations narrative. What we're seeing right now is national teams being used to represent a sense of national values and then squaring off with the host country. Instead of doing the most principled thing and boycotting the contest and rejecting the organisers' money, the teams and the media have instead been presenting both sides as monoliths that are incompatible. And that's what's getting Muslims' backs up, back home in the UK and elsewhere. What we're seeing here is multiple national media platforms pressuring the Muslim leaders of a Muslim country to imitate their values. And we have to wonder, how far will that same media go to pressure us, Muslims domestically, to align? Having said all that, so what? What do we expect to really change? Corporate and national interests are deeply embedded in media, so there's only so far we can go with complaints to them, no matter how important it is to expose their hypocrisy. We shouldn't just complain, but also build. If we want long-term resistance to these narratives, we also need resilience in our institutions. Here's just one idea. We clearly have a lot of critics and analysts and a lot of interest in our community. Social media shows us that. That's the start of a press office for your local mosque. And I use our mosques as an example because they should be the first place, not the last place we look to when we want to enjoin good and forbid evil and break down false narratives. And yet most mosques are incapable of looking 2 steps ahead when it comes to narratives about Muslims in media and politics. We have to expect and demand better of them. As a community, Muslims can't just be reactionary to news. We should be proactive in breaking down false narratives. If you agree, help us do just that and give us your time or your donations to MPAC UK.